Goon Squad. Goon fam, what's good? We're back at the Brazen. I got the Goon Squad. 2-1 winners against Fulham at home. What did you guys make of it?
Very, very tough game. I think ref very, very poor. But I think we can't make those excuses. Difficult without Partey and Zinchenko, but I think we made it work. I mean, push it over. I don't want to see too many more of these games throughout the season, but I think we made it work.
Yeah, I think it was a complex game for me, with a lot of high points and a few low points. I felt there were areas in the game where we could have handled things a little bit better, and it was a bit of a stretch for me when we saw that Partey and Zinchenko were not involved in the game today, and I was interested to see how that would impact our overall play. And it's evident that there might be a few challenges when you look forward if someone gets injured and that chemistry is kind of disturbed. Because I think this should have been an easy game for us. We all expected that we'd get a result, but not struggle as we did to get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a decent performance.
I share the same sentiment. I think it was a good game. Fulham is never easy. I feel like the first 20 minutes we played well, controlled the ball. First half, I think we should have scored a goal. The Gabriel mistake, it's football, but he came for his own redemption, so I'm happy about that. But my biggest takeaway is we actually need to sign someone in midfield before the window shuts. Telemans, I think we all know that's the main target. Because I think without Partey, we have no one to carry the ball from the back straight to the wide areas and up front. So I think Arteta needs to just make sure that he signs a player like that. Telemans with a year left in his contract, I think it's a good deal, 25 mil. I think we need to go for that transfer.
Yeah, maybe it showed what we didn't see in the first 3 games, the lack of depth and those injuries. But tough match, 0-0 first half, and then, as you said, Gabriel's mistake. But there's a lot we can take out of it. But it was a tough game, frustrating. These guys go on us. But what did you make of the team in terms of it was a dogfight, last 20 minutes to come back and win?
Look, I've got high praise for one guy. Martin Odegaard has been exceptional. This guy this season has come out of his shell and is playing at an extremely high level. I think there's very good things to come from him, and we should be very proud to have that guy on our team.
Especially as our captain, like he's a machine, and those passes he was making, the pass to Nketiah, I mean, had that gone in, bro, goal of the season. So far for me, he's been our player of the month. And look, I'm just happy to see what we can do against United. And I know people are saying that we've been playing easy fixtures. And look, we can only beat what's in front of us. Crystal Palace was difficult, not easy. You saw today against City, very good side. Fulham as well. You saw they scraped a draw against Liverpool. So I'm thinking if we win Aston Villa, we go to United. Having won 5 games in a row will be good.
I think I've got 2 points really to go from this. I think against a better side, we might struggle without Partey and Zinchenko in the team. I mean, like he said, we're struggling to progress the ball out of the final third. We're relying on Gabriel and Saliba and White. And I mean, we played so many long balls and we played into Fulham's hands. Like you said, if we have a Telemans who can progress the ball forward, I think we'll be good. And it takes some pressure off of Odegaard as well. I mean, it takes some of the creative pressure off of him. And I think the second point, out for my man Duvi, he's not here today. He's having a shower today. And he told me, we're winning the fucking league!
Yeah, you brought the Doobie energy.
Shout out to Duvi. Shout out to Duvi, but hey, man, I'm glad I don't have a short Indian shouting in my ear.
Emphasize short.
Shame. But yeah, next time. But yeah, it was a crazy game. We managed to get 3 points, really, really tough. I don't think we all expected it.
No.
Thought we're coming here, it's going to be a chilled one. But maybe Fulham is turned up, who knows, but yeah.
Look, I mean, Fulham is not an easy side to play against. Fulham is not an easy side to play against, especially without Partey and Zinchenko. I think we showed up. big up to the boys for keeping their head up even after going 1-0 down and actually scraping a
Who's
win.
your standout player?
It has to be Odegaard.
I already said it. Martin.
I think you've got to give a lot of props to Jesus. He was brilliant today. I think also what we have to recognise is Mitrovic was absolutely brilliant for them. He hardly had anything to do because, I mean, all they had is they were lumping balls up to him. He brought a few of them down, he won a few headers, and I mean, it's a player you look at and you say, well, that's a player you want. I mean, he gets one chance, he puts it away. He has that header that Ramsdale, I mean, we've got to give big props to Ramsdale. I mean, the amount of saves, he kept us in this game. And I must say, you know, Leno, I think also, Leno kept them in the game as well. How many saves?
Where was this Leno? But it's fine.
I mean, we saw with his distribution in the first few minutes that's why we let him go. But I mean, that handling and the reflexes he's got, it's second to none, really.
Look, it was an emotional game for me because just up and down, and we're just such a fight, you know. Leno doing some stuff, even with them, and then they get that goal, just out of luck. I don't really felt, as you guys said, he didn't change much, but bringing Eddie on brought a bit of energy. And then we got those two. Just tell me what those two goals meant, even over here, you know. Get the first one, Martin. Yeah.
Look, you know the feeling of elation you get when you see the net ripple, right?
Yes.
That's what you get with that first goal. We needed that goal, and we got it at the right time, right? And then the next goal came in, and then you know what happens at the head when goals like that in the last few minutes of the game go in. So it's a complete disaster. But I have one thing to talk about. The ref that was officiating the game last week. I think it's Alan Kirbish. He had a really decent game and kind of brought my level up in belief that we might get a different...
This whole season besides today.
Exactly. But today's ref officiating was completely disgusting. Right? It was the worst, some of the worst officiating I've seen in my life.
The worst this season, definitely.
I wouldn't say in my life. I've seen
all of them.
So I mean, the thing is, as well, we can't paper over the cracks. I mean, we were quite poor at times. I mean, we did struggle to break them down. The chances we created, we deserved to win. But I think what we tend to do is when we're struggling to progress the ball. I mean, there were niggly fouls that the ref wasn't picking up on, but I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to go through those. We're going to have shit refs throughout the season, and we've got to grind out these results. Hopefully not the next, 35 or 34, however many we got left. Hopefully we're not going to grind those out. But, I mean, it showed a lot of character from the players. And even when the cards were slightly against us, we could come back, we could put in good performances.
I feel like this is not a game that Arsenal normally wins. You know, a game where the opponent is dirty, they're committing fouls, and the referee is against us, and we still scrape the win. That's the character I want to see from the Arsenal. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't like talking about referees, but he was horrible today. But still, we still kept our heads up and played, and that's what I want to see for the rest of the season. Even when the odds are against us, even when we have injuries and the referees are not in our favor, we need to win those games, and that's what we needed to do.
So that's basically what makes champions.
Yeah.
So if we can keep the same mentality and progress as we have, hopefully keep the team as healthy as we can possibly, we can go far this season.
Get some signings in. I think we've got
But
to...
that's what my next point. Who do you, as you guys said, maybe there was a lacking here and there. Who would you like to see come in?
I mean, with the money we've seen spent from other clubs, I mean, I don't see why we can't be very ambitious and say we should be going for Neto, we should be going for Tielemans. I mean, that's very realistic. I mean, both of them want to come. I think Neto has said that he doesn't mind what happens, but I mean, Saka needs a break. I mean, like we said before the game, Saka's played more games than Owen at the same age. And I mean, he's going to get worn down, and he's been very fit so far. And I mean, that's brilliant. His longevity so far has been brilliant, but you don't want an injured Saka because that gives us problems.
As a small soldier.
Yeah, same sentiments as Jono. I mean, we need to have depth. Without depth, we can't progress. We're going to be playing a lot of games. We're in the Europa, we're in the FA Cup, all those other cups that we need to play. So the deeper the squad, the more chance we have of being more successful.
So Tielemans and Neto.
I would go with Neto for sure, and Tielemans. We need Tielemans in the team.
Tielemans for me, that's a no-brainer. And a winger, Neto, Zaha. I know people are gonna say Zaha, but look, that guy, he's on form. He's one of the most informed players right now, and he wants to come to the Arsenal. Neto said it himself that he was an Arsenal fan. He doesn't mind coming to us. And imagine having Saka play for 60 minutes and actually bringing Neto in.
Well, just competition.
You know what I mean?
It's just competition.
Yeah.
I mean, if Saka's not performing, Neto is in. I mean, Saka needs the rest. We saw at the end of last season, we saw how he got worn down at the end of last season. He couldn't carry us anymore. I mean, you can't expect it. I mean, Pepe was rubbish. He couldn't offer any support. I mean, that's why we got rid of him. I mean, at the end of the day, realistically, even if we started him in any game, you can't trust him. You're not going to get any output out of him. But I think we need someone who can at least provide. I think the only time we'll see if Marquinhos or Vieira will have any impact is once Europa League starts. If they can prove themselves there, I think, or Carabao Cup or FA Cup, FA Cup's much later, but that's when we'll actually see if they're actually ready. I mean, you can't go and throw these young guys in who've got actually no experience in the Premier League, and it's a tough league.
Yeah.
This isn't
Especially
Portugal.
Today was just Fulham.
Yeah, I mean, it's physical.
Yeah.
Vieira's a small guy. I mean, Marquinhos as well. I've seen him for the under-21s. He's done very well. But I mean, he's a small guy as well. He would have got bullied out there, and we can't afford that.
Right, no, cool, guys.
I just have to say, shout out to Shaka. I always give him criticism, but I feel like for the past 3 games he's been playing well. I mean, 4 games. Even the Crystal Palace game, he was playing well. So shout out to.
No, Shaka's been nice. You know, guys, I've always had his back throughout this whole series.
Me too.
Yeah, but he's been incredible. Yeah. He's one to look at the new set of glasses. Don't focus too much on what he's done in the past.
Yeah, we'll judge him on this season. He is look good, but the Goon Squad, Nati, Ricardo, and Jono. It's me, Keish, the Brazenhead, 2-1 winners against Fulham. Hard fought win, but yeah, Goon Squad SA, we are.
Touch my belly button.